Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 2109, that's 2109 Bonnie Lane here in Forest Grove. We are located in the crawl space, going through a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running just up ahead of the camera. We're zeroing out right here just inside the clean out access. And off we go here. We're going to be moving the camera as quickly as we can to get through the twists and the turns. We will bring it back in slower. All right, the line just transitioned there to 3034 PVC pipe. That's 4-inch in diameter there. And we've reached the main here at 90 feet. I think we went through a little bit of standing water right towards the end of the line. It does not look significant at all. We'll have a better view of that belly when we come back out, but it looks minor and it's really far out from the house, which if you're going to have a belly, you want them as far out as you can. But this thing looks like it's going to drain out to about 1/4 inch of water. All right, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates at the main out on Bonnie Lane. The line basically cuts across the crawl space all the way to the right side foundation wall, and it shoots up like a foot inside the foundation on the right side of the house. There is a clean out underneath the front deck boards. It's about 1 foot or so in from the front right corner foundation wall, and about 3 or 4 deck boards out. But the deck boards are nailed in place, so it's not one you can easily access. But you could make a hatch for it pretty easily. But the line basically does a dead straight shot almost all the way out to the main, it looks like. Alright, our line is pretty much done draining here. We're going to start rolling back in. Again, right here at the very end of the line, it looks like you've got some really minor standing water. There's a little bit of grease buildup out here, but nothing major. And most of that's up the sidewalls and not in the flow line. And the standing water we're working with here is barely, it's not even 1/4 of an inch. It's about somewhere between a 1/16 and 1/4 inch of standing water. When it comes to functionality, unless you're putting grease down the sewer line, that might as well not even be there. But it runs from about 85 feet to 90 feet there. It's very minor. And that buildup there is, we'll see how much is in the line here. When you get it way, way far out from the house like this, you have something called head pressure in sewer lines, where if the blockage even develops, if you have to fill up 70, 80 feet of sewer pipe with water, the head pressure of that water sitting against the blockage typically moves it right on through. And as long as our buildup here drops off as we get closer to the house, I'm not concerned about doing any drain cleaning. Most of that stuff is quite a distance from the home. But when you have even the most minor amount of standing water, if any grease goes down the sewer line, it hits that water, cools down and hardens up, and then it kind of starts sticking to the pipe wall. The stuff we're working with back in here, I mean, this is like a 32nd of an inch film. Not significant. Alright, the PVC pipe there looks good. It drains nicely. You have some little stringy item hanging down from the top of the pipe there. That just appears to be buildup to me. You know, if it were a root, there is so little showing there I wouldn't even be able to confirm it. But that appears there, as far as I can tell, to be debris. I will put possible root intrusion at the transition here at about 53 feet. There's just too little showing there to tell the difference between whether that's just some debris that got hung up at the top of the pipe. Lots of things like string, dental floss, junk like that go down the pipe, and they often get caught at pipe joints. You can get a little better view here, but there's just so little there I can't confirm what that is. If you're concerned, want to take another look at that, you might rescope the sewer line in a year or so to see if anything's changed or grown or anything like that. Generally, when roots come through a joint like that, that one goes kind of curled upward. Most roots dangle straight down into the flow line. Not to say that it couldn't be a root doing that, but it's just generally not what they do. I've seen thousands and thousands of root intrusions. They typically display themselves a little bit differently than that. But before I recommend thousands of dollars in repairs, I've got to get a good enough view to be certain as to what it is. And we are just about ready to reel the camera out of the sewer line. We do have good flow to the main lateral connection. Both the ABS and PVC portions of the sewer line here today both appear to be in good condition. Again, there's a slight question mark there at 53 feet, where we might have the very start of the root. Again, at this time, it looks more like a piece of string or dental floss or something of that nature than a root. But again, it is a possibility. Don't get me wrong. At this time, the sewer line is functioning properly.